Good morning, everybody. Smoking some Cornell and Deal bow-legged bear out of my Savinelli church warden, and I thought this is something I've been wanting to, just my own little joke that I've been wanting to do for a while. I believe Matches 860 has his Friday Savinelli video that he does, and Holy Smokin' Pipe Padre has done a Saturday Savinelli video a time or two. So this is my Sunday Savinelli, and it is my Sunday Savinelli because it's a church warden. See what I did there? I would, and you can probably tell from the fact that it is, still morning, pretty well into the morning, almost not morning anymore on a Sunday. I'm not at church. I haven't been to church in several years unless I'm visiting a friend, which I don't have anything against church. I actually miss certain aspects of it. I miss song service quite a bit. I don't really miss the preaching aspect of it. I always thought church should be more about fellowship and building up your brothers and sisters, and not necessarily told, beware of hell, or trying the minister in the pulpit trying to scare people. I never understood the fire. Why give a fire and brimstone sermon when you personally know everybody in the church, and they've already been baptized and they're already a member of the church? It doesn't make any sense to me. And I've known a couple preachers who would talk about the town in which they live being a snake pit of sin and iniquity, I think, yeah. And then I just be thinking to myself, this is a small town. You know everybody here. Are you really going to say that this is a den of vipers? Which, he could be right for all I know, but, you don't, and I just don't understand why anybody would want that, I don't know, I don't understand why anybody would want that, people to have that opinion of them. Like, this guy thinks we're all a bunch of vipers and atrocious miscreants, so I'm not going to go to his church and listen to his sermons. Which I've gotten into a debate with one of my friends over this before. She said, "Well, maybe sometimes people need to hear the things they don't want to hear." Okay, maybe. But I would counter that by saying, if you alienate the people whom you are trying to bring in, they might not want anything to do with you. I think too often Christians now have this idea that we have to warn everybody that their sinful ways are sending them straight to hell. I'm like, okay, you do that, and let's see how many people you draw in. Because I think too many preachers these days were taught by the ones who believed they had to scare Jesus into you. And you know, Christ did not base his ministry on fear. He based his ministry on love. And I just think that anybody who tries to, when you try to scare people into heaven, or you're trying to put the fear of God into them to keep them out of hell, you are demeaning Christ's ministry. You know, he didn't shun the sinners. He didn't try to scare the sinners. He went to them. He showed them that they were valuable as people, as human beings. So I just have a very big problem with anybody who tries to scare or belittle people as a means of trying to save their souls. You know, that's not what Christ did, so that's not what you should be doing. You know, he didn't say shame thy neighbor into following me. He didn't say scare thy neighbor into following me. He did not say love. He didn't even say love thy neighbor but hate their sins. That's another problem I have. When you say love the sinner, hate the sin, you're still not accepting that person for who they are. Now, you can't. You know, you're loving the ideal of who you want that person to be. You're not loving that person for who he or she already is. And, you know, love is not an easy thing. There's a quote from Mr. Rogers that I'm going to mangle because I can't remember it. I'll paraphrase it. It says, you know, love is not easy. Love is an active verb like struggle. To love somebody for who they are, you know, the good and the bad, that's hard to do. It's a struggle, but that's what we're told to do. We are told to love one another. That's my Sunday morning rant or ramble. But I don't know. That's more than I intended to talk about, but I guess that'll do for now. But anyway, so I'll talk at you guys later, and happy trails. Happy trails.